there should be like no noise at all now because I'm not using my second computer. But actually, I got another computer running, which is actually connected to my mixer too, which is like I don't really hear nothing like compared to this. That's pretty loud, probably. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can see that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And we're going to talk about the Korg ONW, which is my main keyboard, which is up on the top there. I have another keyboard that is on the bottom. And I'm not monitoring my stream, am I? Oh, we're going to be monitoring here in a minute. Let's just recycle all this stuff here. I've made considerable progress with my music studio. As you may or may not know, I've been working on it for several months. It still has issues. Like, what the hell is this shit doing here now? Jesus, waste of fucking time. I'm talking about a power supply over here. Alright, that shit's still in the way. Not anymore. Yep. Anyway, let's see, where am I? I lost myself. Alright, let me just go ahead and fix a couple things here. So my Korg ONW has got a few issues. Wait a minute, I'm not done here, am I? And I'm just going to kind of go over them. And this is not really going to be a very long stream, but there's something that I have to try to do. And I spent probably a week setting up another computer in order to transfer, or actually, transfer all of the Midi information from my Korg onto a computer. Because over on the, I gotta get my whatchamacallit up here. My whatchamacallit's missing. Oh, you have a whatchamacallit. Anyway, now I can see what I'm doing. So over here, like you really can't see it that well, there's a spot here where you can put a disc in. And so what's happened is that this disc is extremely unreliable, almost to the point of non-functioning. I am going to try a few discs. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Unless, well, just hold that thought. All right, that's where the disc is. Now, I don't know if you can see it. You can barely see it, but right up here, there's an LCD screen. Not an LED, but an LCD screen, which is barely readable. And I can adjust the contrast to it, but I probably even have to have glasses because my eyes is messed up. But I did get a new eye in. Oh, I got a new eye. And so what you do, you go to what's called global, and I'll be damned if I can see it. And I gotta maneuver this earbud thing. And I've got a lot of reflection here. And I cannot see it. I cannot, maybe if I get those reading glasses. I should go get them reading glasses. Maybe I can, let me go get those. And we'll talk about what the heck is going on with this keyboard. I need a couple of discs. No, wait. I can load Synth better. Oh, what did I do with the glasses? which I did find out that they actually work with my new eye, because I had this little cataract surgery shit done. Let's see if this works here. Wait. Yeah, it is kind of a miracle. Those reading glasses, I'm telling you. So my eye during the surgery was fixed for farsighted, but yet the nearsighted is, I can't use it. I have to have glasses for nearsightedness. So my dearly departed for second wife had some glasses kicking around, and lo and behold, I can read the screen. So what we got to have here is what's called exclusive, and it says that it's disabled. Now, what I'm going to do, there's actually a book that goes with this that tells you all of the programs and combinations that's on the keyboard. Now, as far as I know, nothing has been changed as far as all of the combinations. There's like 100 on one bank and another 100 on another bank. As far as I know, all the original, like I haven't done anything with these. Now, there might have been something in here that I've changed a little bit, but for all intents and purposes and the way my life is and everything else, I have not done anything with this. I mean, as it stands right now, holy God, am I on? Okay, I'm not on the visible thing over there. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through the combinations, and I recognize the names because I've used this keyboard a fair amount, not streaming or whatever. A81. Okay, now there's something on here called layer piano, which I don't recognize. So I have got to look for my book for the keyboard, which is right here yonder, because all my music stuff is in one place. Manuals, all that good stuff. My Korg ONW. And I even have a manual. The bottom keyboard is called an EK490 Midi Plus. I only paid $100 for it, and the reason why I needed it is because the Korg has some keys that are causing an issue. And what I do is I use the bottom keyboard as a MIDI controller. And the MIDI controller controls the top keyboard. It controls, the notes and stuff like that. And I'm impressed. It's like right there. When I hit that note, that MIDI information, it's like you don't even notice any time delay. So I have what's called this right here. This is the ONW Quick Guide. And this, which I cannot even read, it tells me some basic stuff about how to set up your oscillators and all. Like if you have what's called programs, okay, and each program has things like amplifiers, oscillators, filters. It's got a range of stuff that you can control and make your own sounds. Now, each program gets its information from 256 sounds, 256 different sounds, which is like, there is so many sounds that you could make that it's just pretty much limitless, All right, so I don't see the list in this little guide. Bear with me just for a minute here. Okay, that comment. Okay, so now I got a bunch of stuff in here which I don't need. And this here is the original O&W manual. And there's multi-sound names. So let me get my glasses back on here. I say, oh, I can't find my glasses. I need my glasses to find my glasses so I can put on mine. All right, so it's really bugging up my eyeball, but I can read. All right, so we have what's called multi-sounds. There are 254 of them. There's like pianos, harpsichords, organ. Now, I'm not 100% exactly sure where those sounds are located, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Those are the basic sounds that you use for creating the programs. And let's see. There's even drum kits too, which I never really understood the drum kits. Like I just, the drums are on a Midi channel or whatever, and I use them, and you can change those too. There's a whole crap load of parameters you can change, and then you can even change the effects in the keyboard itself from the sounds that you're making. So what I'm looking for is the list of programs and combinations. Now, I thought it was in the back of the book here. There's a wave shaping list, which has to do with probably information that you get to make the effects. No, I thought the programs were right up front here. What's going on? You'll have to bear with me because, like, that's just the way life is. I don't want the stream to be long. I want to explain there's problems with the keyboard. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix them, and then that's it. I'm probably going to do some jamming because I want to play some music. It also has a built-in sequencer where you can create your own music, you know, which is a little bit archaic to use, but it does work. Well, I can't for the life of me find out where the hell let's see where we at here. Jesus. Globe mode, disc mode, MIDI. They don't really tell you that much about MIDI either. Oh, wait a minute. There's another book. Shit. There's another book. There's another thin, long book that goes with this that has that list. See, my memory works after all. What? Yep, it does work. It has worked on occasion, and I'm living proof that it just worked just now, because now I remember that there's a third book, which is a thinner book that has the list of all of the stuff that's in the keyboard. Well, that says Yamaha. Shit. Now, what do you suppose that book is, huh? What is this? This is my list of changes and stuff that I made for the programs. This has got to be it right here. Wow, is this like falling apart? What the hell's going on? This is something else here, because there was supposed to be a book. And it looks like the book that I have. Alright, well, I got the information. Alright, that's a program. There's a program list, bank A and bank B, and there's a combination. Combinations, yada yada yada. Is that bank B? There's two banks for programs and combinations. Then there's a booklet that talks about the multi-sound list, where you take the sounds to create the programs. And it talks about edit program mode, wave shaping, etc. Yada yada. This is all to do with creating your own sounds. And it lists the effects that are available, so on and so forth. I'm just looking at these little manuals to see what's in them. So I haven't seen these for like forever. I thought there was a book. Functions in program mode, VDF. VDF, some kind of a filter. So oscillators, filters, yada yada yada. Edit program mode, the different modes in the. We don't have to worry about that. All I need to worry about is the list. Alright. Let's go over here again. Yada yada yada. So the combination that I'm questioning is A81. And this is the little chart thing. I don't know if you can see it, but you're not supposed to saw. Man, these glasses make me fucking dizzy. So for example, like the second A1, bank A, MIDI piano layer velocity increases, chorus, depth, and reverb level. These are velocity sensitive keys, you know, so on and so forth. I'm not really into the velocity mode that much. Yep, it's an actual sound. Layer piano is 81. Layer slider controls reverb level. Yep. And then B, we've got B, bank B has got something that I liked. I forgot what it was. I'm just basically looking at this list because I don't remember seeing that one. Oh man, these glasses. Whoo! Damn. But because I got two different eyeballs. Alright, so what am I supposed to do here? Let's go ahead and just put these little earbuds back in. And I will go over. I'm just looking through my list. Now, right now, the computer, the keyboard, the ONW is supposedly connected to a computer, and that computer is going to hopefully take all the MIDI information and save it in what's called a sysx file. I don't really want to move that camera. Well, I might be able to take a picture of it with my phone and then just use the phone to transfer the picture over. Anyway, this is what a layer piano sounds like. Anyway, the sounds are different too. Like if I play the ONW, and it sounds like that. If I play the MIDI controller, it sounds more tinny. The sound on the ONW is like 5 to 10 times better. It's a softer thing. Like I don't, you know. a velocity, something to do with the velocity effect that's coming in as a MIDI. I've never investigated that. I mean, there's a lot of crap, you know. There's absolutely no information on MIDI controlling the Casio EK490. It comes from Japan or whatever, and there's just like no information at all. Like I hooked it up and it works, and there's some other stuff I could mess with, but I don't want to do that until I get my ONW sorted out. If I hit it lightly, you know. Anyway, where's my? It's probably everything is still there. I mean, all the sounds are probably like the right ones, meaning they're the original sounds that came with the keyboard, with the ONW. That's what I'm talking about here. Damn, these glasses are gonna make me. Wow. Okay, here we go. It's just different sounds. I'm just gonna go click through these. Now this one's split. It's got bass on the bottom and piano on the top. Man, these glasses, they're like fucking me up big time. I can't move around when I'm using them. I like this one. And it sounds a little bit more like Chinese. It sounds like a Chinese instrument. I can't think of the name of it. When that happens, I gotta do that. I like this one too. A lot of the sounds kind of sound the same. The one on the end, this is combinations again. This one sounds nice. I like this one. Tinny, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, so now we go to the next bank. I guess it does it automatically. Because it's like too noisy. It's got too much noise in it. Let me just skip through these really quick here. And there's some drums. And I wanted to set up a MIDI controller, a drum controller, a pad controller to the ONW and use that for the drum machine, which I never got to yet because, you know, I'm dealing with stuff. This one's pretty cool. Boy, these glasses really messed me up here. I gotta get to doing this job because I'm a fat analog. Oh, I like this one. No, wait, I like this one here. so like I really don't see. Well, there's Rock Show. That's B56. Is that? Where's that distortion coming from? That's terrible. Let me see my. Holy macrolamus! Yeah, okay, so I'm really overdriving OBS there. Wait, I did turn it up, didn't I? This is weird. I'll tell you what's weird, okay? Sometimes I'll be playing stuff. I'll start up my system, and it's like I gotta turn everything up. I can't hear nothing. And I did have a problem with my. I still got a problem with this, with my earbud setup. If I turn, I could turn down. Like my volumes are like down, you know. I don't want to get in there and mess with that. Wait, so I turn this up then. Anyway. See, I gotta turn up my monitor because that's not. I'll try this again up here. See, that's not right. Okay, so let me just try something really quick here, which is not really part of the program, but I'm going to drop the level input on the. Yeah, because it's probably just going to distort itself. That's what it's going to do. I like to have my OBS up around at least 80%. It does it in dB, but I don't send it all the way up. I like to do, like, I'll drop the level of the OBS output down a small amount. That's called like headroom, I think. But I like to have it loud in my ears, so that means that's going to come up. It's like I'm kind of hard of hearing too, you know. That seems to be loud. It's got to be maybe there's a volume adjustment, something between the Midi, which I don't know about. All right, so enough of that. Okay, so where was I? I was looking at the rest of these combinations. And my flashlight's still on. Like, I'm just verifying to myself that they're basically haven't changed. You know, they're the original, because I remember this one, sort of. There's a sequence. There's a bunch of stuff. I don't even think there might be a sequence in here, but anyway, let's just go through this. Like, I'm pretty sure these are all, like, here's seahorses. I don't really remember that. The Piano Floyd. What's that one? Yeah. Now another thing. All right. I've noticed streamers and some streamers when they play the piano, they'll have the mic on. Well, if I turn the sound off on the keyboard, this is what you hear. You hear me banging on the key. We don't want that. So what I do, like when I'm doing a concert or whatever, I turn the mic off. There's that thing. All right, where are we at? Continuing on my B66. Let me just keep going. There's some cool stuff in here. But for the most part, I mean, it looks like. Oh wait, here's the Mad Bomber. I remember this one. I guess that was an explosion. Huh? That's a lot of distortion. I don't like that crap. There's vectors. What's this one? Alright, so this is an interesting one. So if I hold the key down and I hit it hard, you get that sound. Wow, made a liar out of me. And if I just hit it gently, it's got some pretty decent stuff. But again, like I said, this is a pretty one. Well, I thought it was pretty, but. This is pretty here. Sort of. Now, this slider thing, like if I go like this, I can adjust that. I can go into the effects somewhere and I can tell the computer, the keyboard, exactly how far down I want that slide to go when it hits the max. It's a polka. See, if you hit it hard, it brings in some other stuff in there. It cuts off. It delays, whatever. Yeah, that's horror show. Okay, now let's look at the programs. Now, the programs, like you can use 8 programs to create one combination. That's pretty cool. And like if I go back to the combination, it will tell me the numbers underneath what programs are being used. So like the A00 Dawn of Time uses A88, B50, A18, B18, and B18. Yeah, and it doesn't tell me what the names of the programs are. And you can go in there and you can adjust things. And if you like it the way you want, you can save it. Um, or you can just click up to the next one and it'll go back to its original place in there. And it's got the, like if I click on, it's a volume for one of the programs. If I hold that down, and I need my, this fucking thing's gonna make me fall right on my patushka. It's making me dizzy. So if I hold one of the buttons down, it controls the volume for each of the sounds. And okay, cursor position, there's up, down. If I click that one, oh, it's this toner pad. Wait. Oh, it does actually tell me the name on top. Maybe it's because I could never see it. This stupid thing is right in the way. So if I want to adjust that, I can do that right there. Now I went from 127 to 126. So like now if I go, I'm in the combination mode. So if I go hit program mode and then go back to the combination. Shit, it saved it. What? Okay, it saved the volume level to 126. Let me set it to 125. Go to program. And program has a bunch of settings too. It's got all kinds of stuff. You can change the octaves. These are just the basic settings, and you can go into each one of those settings and you can adjust them. I mean, it's just endless what you can do with the sounds on this thing. But that changed the level to 125. I didn't think it was going to save it. Now I'm going to turn this off. Usually what I do is I'll turn off the MIDI keyboard first and then O and W. Now I'll turn the O and W on first. And now B18 is back to 127 where it was. Now you can save the combination. You can go to where it says edit combination, you can edit program, and so on and so forth. I don't want to mess with any of that right now. My goal is to be able to MIDI dump all of the bank and combination information and send it to the computer and save it in a file what's called a sysx file. And then you can use the same program and you can dump the sysx file back to the keyboard. And the way that I would test that is I would take one of the combinations I'd change like I did. I would change the level of something and then save it. Now let me just out of curiosity. Let's go to edit. It says edit. Now in this mode there are pages. Now let me see. You write combination, which means write the changes that you make. You have to physically go into a page and you write the combination to itself and it will save that data. Why isn't it going backwards? I can't go backwards. It won't page down. Let me go back to program. I always go to program to kind of recycle things. What does this do here? It does nothing. That changes the combination. So each the combination has each program. It goes on the. It tells you on the list. You go to each program and you can set parameter. You can set the output parameters, the key parameters, and so on and so forth. And those ones are not being used. I can page up. That's just page 3. Okay, I've got to press down on that key pretty hard. So I'm thinking, what I'm going to have to do is I got to do a little bit of research on how to clean the buttons underneath. I mean, it still works, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably not going to worry about it. Alright. Wait, we didn't go to our programs list, did we? Yep, this is more of a kind of an instructional type of thing about my keyboard and so on and so forth. So let's go to, oops, shit. These are some of the different sounds. And you notice these sounds are a little bit, they're not as fancy. They're a little bit more basic. And some of them are not too bad. That's like one program of strings. Imagine what 8 programs of strings sound like. It's like 8 different voices. And some of that echo you're hearing is actually from the mixer too. Messing with that shit a little bit. That's the total kit. That's the drum kit A09. That sounds distorted. Yeah, it's definitely, wow. And you can hear, turn the mic off. Yeah, anyway, I'm just wanting to satisfy myself to say that for the most part, all the original stuff is on this keyboard. And honestly, I think I'm happy with this. Everything is there. This is Bank A, and I'm going through each of the programs in Bank A. Oh, here's a clarinet. What does that sound like? Now that sounds like a pretty good clarinet if you ask me. It's even got the little inflection at the beginning. That is cool. I got a real clarinet too. It's my daughter's. So I'm gonna get that baby out and play it at some point. Oh, here's crickets. I remember this one. Pretty cool, huh? There's a flute. That sounds pretty good. It'd be nice to have a little bit less attack. It's a little bit like to have a little bit less attack on it. You can do all that stuff with it, There's a clean guitar. spaceship coming in for a landing. Oh, there's a sitar. I know Ableton, by the way. I got my Ableton all set up. I can do tracks. I can do all kinds of good stuff. Oh, yeah. But right now, I've got keyboard. I want to do something with this keyboard. And I'm going to do it as soon as I go through all of these programs. There's a slap bass and the guitar. Not too bad, huh? There's a muted guitar. You could add that to the slap bass. Some of the effects have a little bit more reverb on them, you know. A lot of them kind of sound the same. Oh, is this one I like? That's not too bad. Jazz guitar. Yada 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 yada. Mr. Clean. You can change the names. Yeah, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. I downloaded a whole bunch of what's called the Sysex programs for all kinds of different sounds to make music. All kinds of different stuff for this keyboard. I mean, I downloaded a lot of stuff. Okay, I was going to go to B30. Now you can change that number. If I remember how to do it. Oh, can I hold it down? Let's see. Yeah, you can actually hold the button down. It will scroll through all of this stuff a bit faster. You just hold it down. I'm going to go to B30. That works pretty good. Yeah, this one. Anyway, okay. Let me go back here at the beginning. Let me go to global. And now what we're going to do, we've got this, some things that you can adjust. This program is enabled, control is enabled, aftertouch is enabled, exclusive is disabled. Now that's the one we've got to change. The master tune is 0, the transpose is 0, clock source is internal. The Midi channel says 0, 1. I'm not sure why it says that. I don't know if that's something that has to be changed at all. Okay, those are individual. Channel 1 is like everything. So you leave that there. And now I'm going to go to exclusive. And we're going to enable it. Now when that's enabled, if I'm not mistaken, you can still play the notes. Let me go back. Okay, now let me go through the page numbers. This is page 0. There's the drum kit. 2 pages of drum kits. There's a scale. There's different kinds of scales that you can use. There's damper information, card load. It's a PCM card, which I do have. Card save. preload. That's from the ROM. Load one combination. Yeah, I have to probably look that up a little bit because I don't know exactly what that's all about. Data dump is page something. Dump all data. Dump combination. Dump drum kit. Dump global. Dump sequence. Dump all data. So now before I do that, what we're going to do let me go to 01. I want to go to, how do you change the bank? Okay, there's the bank, and then let's go down to the basic piano here. Alright, now we're on piano, and let me just check my chat real quick. Alright, so what we're going to do is you really can't see it, but I'm on another computer, which is up there. There's a monitor, and the other this computer's like down underneath. It's very quiet, you can hardly hear it. It's an old computer running Windows 7. So we're going to open up a program called Midi aux. Is that the right one? Yeah, Midi aux. Now I tested all of this earlier when I pre-tested the computer and everything before it was in a different computer, was somewhere else. Now the computer is in its home location, and this is the first time I'm doing all of this. And also now, so there's another trick. All right, so you can't really see it, but underneath this keyboard, which is like it's like right in there, there's a little box that is called a patch bay. MIDI. It's a MIDI patch bay, and so I'm sending data out to number 2. And so what I got to do is on this computer program, we go to options, MIDI devices, and it's already set, it seems to be, to MIDI in 2. So I'm sending MIDI out on channel 2 through the box, and the program is looking for data on channel 2. So now what's going to happen, I'm going to go back and timestamp import status data channel no event. So I'm going to see if the MIDI is working, and all I have to do, I think I can press either key. So I'll press the C key, and it works. This is from the O&W, which is all I'm concerned about. Now, the keyboard on the bottom, so the way the MIDI is hooked up. Alright, so there's MIDI. The MIDI output channel comes from the main keyboard and goes into the MIDI box. The MIDI input comes from the keyboard that's down at the bottom. And the O&W also has another output which is called MIDI through, and if I use the bottom, well, I might be overcomplicating myself. If I use either keyboard, it should register. Oh, actually it's not. Okay, I think I know why. Because the MIDI channel from the lower keyboard is different. You don't want two things happening at the same time. I'm only doing like one thing at a time right now, and my main concern is the top keyboard. So no MIDI information, even though it's going to the ONW, it's not going to the computer, which is fine with me. For all intents and purposes, I could shut this bottom one off now. But before I do that, I want to explain to you a problem that I have with the keyboard. So I'm gonna press every key on the ONW and listen to what happens here. Now some of these keys sound a little bit different, like it might have a little bit of, it might be softer or something. That key sounds a little softer. Now if I do it on the bottom one, hear the difference? Might be more velocity sensitive, you know? I don't really know. It's not that much different. Anyway, now listen to this one. No sound, right? But if I play it from the bottom, it works. So what that told me, luckily, is that there's nothing wrong with the ONW keyboard as far as the sound concerned. It's the key. The key has a problem. And so what I got to do is I got to take this whole thing apart. I got to take all the keys off of the keyboard, starting from the end, and work my way all the way back to that key. And take the key out and figure out what's wrong with it and clean it and whatever. That's problem number one. And it kind of still keeps playing. I just recycle it here. I'm trying to do the same pressure, you know, like I want the velocity to be kind of the same and whatever, you know. You can hear me banging on the key. Now I'm going to skip this key. So I only have two keys that are messed up. Now listen to this one. Oh, you know, that's different now. It doesn't even play at all, which is interesting. And then I'll go to a combination and you'll hear something different. So that's the same key, but I'm using the MIDI channel. Let me go. So those are the two key issues. I know which ones they are. Let me go to combination and listen to what happens here. That's sort of okay. It's just really kind of dead. Yeah, this one's not playing at all. It used to hold the note. It used to keep the note down and just keep playing the note over and over. And the keys, like, you know, the key feels good. It's just not playing the sound. The key feels fine. All the keys feel fine. They're just not, those two are not playing. Alright, so there's that. The other problem, I mean, there might be some switches. You know, that one switch, the page minus is a little bit, maybe I can figure out if I can clean those. I don't know. Everything else on the keyboard seems to be fine except for one other thing, and that is the display. So this is a common problem, and I've been doing a little bit of research, and what I've discovered is that the possibility that the battery, which is inside the keyboard, it's a 2032, it's a little round cell battery type of thing, and it's like you have them in computers and stuff. It's called a 2032. They said, some people have said they've changed that battery, put a brand new one in, and it brought this display back to life. Now, it's possible that the contacts on the battery could be corroded because the battery's been in there for so long, and it's not giving enough current. It's not allowing enough current to go in there, you know. Um, I mean, I could use glasses if I had a glasses, uh, like if I stand back instead of like look right at it, you know, it's still dim. But if I had a double set of glasses and I had the reflection, I'd have to have something to cover up this reflection right here so it's dark. I could probably work with it. I just don't want to. So another reason for having the computer is that you can change the programs. You can do all kinds of stuff with the computer. All right, so that takes care of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to. I want this set on 0. I want this one set on 0. I should remember how to actually do that, but all right. So we're there. We want global, and we're already on. Well, let me go to 0. There should be a way to page 0. Let me see. I wonder. You know what I think it is? There's a number. There's a number pad, a keypad on the right. And I might be able. Okay, so if I go, that actually changes the page as well. I can use the numbers on the keypad. And that's data dump right there. So, what the heck's going on over here? Holy shit, what the hell happened over here? This is on this computer. It actually stored, it sent some data to the program. I've never seen this stuff before. So, we need to go. Oh god, don't. Oh shit, it's processing something. Fuck, it's going into a buffer. Ah, no, wait, stop, cancel. Shit. Oh. Okay, well, did it get done? It sent all the data, but I didn't save it. I didn't have it set to save yet. Um, oh my god, I did it again. Shit. It's sending all kinds of sysx data in hex code. We don't want that. We want to. How do I get over to that page? Dump all data. Alright. Now, before I hit that, what I gotta do is go into this program. There's supposed to be data mapping, patch mapping, general. There's general Midi stuff too, which I past sysx data window. How do I clear this? Options, Midi filter, data mapping, patch mapping, general. But these are options. I want that. Monitor output file. Load profile, save profile, load snapshot. I don't want to load snapshot. View sysx data. Sysx view in Scratchpad. File. Send sysx file, load file, display window. Receive manual dump. Alright, let me go back. So MIDI aux, it's file, wait, file, view, it's in actions, options, and window. File, view sysx, and then go to sysx on the menu, and then there's a configure, low level input buffers, numbers, yada yada yada, delay, yada yada yada. We shouldn't have to mess with any of that. Receive manual dump. Wait for completion. Okay, now we go in and it's processing, and I can see the bytes received. It's dumping everything. Program, combinations, the global, if there's sequence data, all that stuff. Now, I've done this before. Bytes received, okay. Done. File. What the hell is that doing? How do I save this here? Compare, clear, error formatting, display windows, save, send, receive, sysx. There's a sysx file, documents library. We want to go to MIDI aux. I want to create so this is going to be Korg. What else? We'll call it Korg master 1 all data. Now there's another window, display window. It says send, receive sysx data. No output device is selected, or there are no sysx buffers. Only manual dump is supported. Make sure options pass sysx is checked. So let's go to options. Pass sysx is checked. Let's see here. God, options. Wait. View sysx data. File. Load file. Receive manual dump. Compare windows. Configure. I looked at that. Sysx help file. You must have pass sysx enabled from the options menu. If it's enabled, it lets sysx appear in the status bar at the bottom of the main MIDI aux window. You can open this window by selecting sysx, yada yada yada. Overall concept. Exactly, measures dependent on the gear and should be outlined in the manual. I don't know why this damn contrast thing keeps popping up in my frickin' screen. Damn it. It's blocking my view. Oh my god, why is it changing? What the fuck is going on with this monitor? I got a contrast thing sitting in front of my frickin' computer screen and I can't get rid of it. The view has two windows labeled command window and display window. The general idea is that you would type in or load from a file a sysx command string and select send from the channel in a menu. If you expect the command to return sysx, select send receive. In addition, these windows can be used to send Midi data other than sysx data type by loading a file. Oh, god damn, this fucking contrast thing keeps coming up. What the fuck? I don't have the... I don't know what the hell this stupid monitor's doing. Yeah. You must have... You can send data from either window. Local alt is bytes. We only check that the data is a valid hexadecimal number. You must have, three possible ways to begin receiving sysx are load. In the command window will cause a response from your gear and choose send. Choose send receive sysx in the display window, providing there is something in the display window to send. Select receive manual dump from the sysx menu item. Load a command in a command window that will cause a response from your gear. Using find and replace. Change the size and number of the low-level CS buffer. Input buffers, the ones receiving data, and the output buffers, the ones sending data, can be configured independently. See mobile buffers, yada yada. We recommend 32 to 64. I don't think I have to mess with any of that. System exclusive, that's it. think something's wrong because the size of that file is only 73K. Something's not right. I don't think it did what I'm looking for. Because I hit dump all data. What was that? Dump all data. At least that's working, you know? Dump sequence data. Let me go to my sequence and see if there's anything in there. I don't think there's anything in there. There's 9 songs that you can save, and there's nothing in there. Oh boy, oh boy. All those buttons that I just pushed, they're all showing up on the monitor screen. Song position. Boy. Where did I read that about the exclusive? There's a bunch of buttons up here too. Main output window. Display raw MIDI input. Display port activity. View status of recent MIDI messages. Oh, you know what? The input, yeah, there's a cable. I think I gotta sit down. There's 3 cables connected to that Korg keyboard. Yeah. Where the hell am I gonna put this thing? This is not a walk in the park, I'm telling you. I gotta sit down. Let me think. Alright, so there's no sequence data. Why that's only 73K, I don't know. Somewhere in my savings somewhere, I managed to save some things that I thought worked. Those SysX files. Now, what I could do is I could edit one of the combinations, just change the value of the level of one of the programs, but I'd have to figure out, I'm not 100% sure which channel the Korg is receiving the MIDI data from. I didn't think I had that connected. Let me see here. There's the internet cable. There is 2 cables that are connected back here. Oh, you know what this is? I think I know what this is here. So, one of the inputs into the box is coming from that's the third cable over. I'd have to look at the back of the EK490 and find out what plug that is. The numbers on the back are backwards, so I know this is 8, and this is 7, and that one's 6. The EK9 is connected to 6. The Korg ONW is connected to 7. I'm thinking that channel 7 is the data that comes from the computer that goes back into the Korg in order to save the sysx data. So I guess the question would be, let's go to the dawn of time. I'm going to edit this combination, and I'm going to change the level to 125. Then I'm going to write the combination it says combination. God, I can barely read this fucking shit here. Write combination, rename combination. I'm just going to go ahead and write it. Now I'll go back to the combination, and I can see that that volume on that last program is 125. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this I'm really hesitant to do this. I don't know what they mean by load profile. I got a better idea. Let's no. Save manual dump, display configure window, load file, KMaster 1 is now loaded. Send sysx. No output devices selected. Okay. Let me just minimize this here. Go back to my Midi devices, and this should be number 7 for the input to the keyboard. Midi output 7 is an invalid parameter, was passed to a system function. What? Hang on just a minute here, what's going on? Gift have a sub to take? What the heck is going on here? Oh, I don't know what that is. Yada yada yada. Okay. The only other cable. Is this one. I know that's going back to that cord. Hang on a minute here. Let me find my illustrious flashlight. I dreaded doing this job. Really did. I dread it. So there is an input, and the throughput cable is a thin cable, which I don't want. That means whatever is going into the ONW comes out, which I don't want. I want the input. That input cable on a Korg has to be an output cable on the Midi box. And I'm almost certain that that's in behind the Midi box, because this one says Midi out. And I want Midi in. Oh shit, wait a minute. What the hell is going on here? What is going on with this thing? It says the Midi out is channel 2. Midi. The output from the Korg. Oh shit, how's it even do? God, I'm confused now. It's supposed to be in out. See, the problem is if you make a mistake, if you do something in such a way that you create what's called a Midi loop, you could get an infinite feedback loop in your Midi channel, which is something you don't want. And it's supposed to separate this stuff. The output of the Korg must be going into the back of that unit. It's saying that the output of the box is channel 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's a thin cable. That's the thin cable. That's the output. What the fuck did I do? The thick cable is the input cable. I'm confused. Oh wait. Yeah, something's not right. Wait, that's the thin cable. Something's not right here. Something is not right. My head, the logistics of my head are not functioning, because it's working. If I hit a note on this Korg keyboard, it's sending out data to the computer. But it says it's using channel 2, MIDI input channel 2. It's saying that the input is actually the output. What the hell is channel 7? Oh, wait a minute. Should I have gone? This is a MIDI output. This is a MIDI input. The input channel is supposed to be 7. So, the cable that's going from the output of the Korg, that doesn't make any sense. It says the output is supposed to be going into the input of the box, not the output of the box. I want to try something here. How do I do this? How the hell do I this is the input on the computer is MIDI in channel 2. Aha. So if I click it again on that side, it makes it disappear. The output, maybe it's the output of supposed to be 7. An invalid parameter was passed to a system function. See, this MIDI aux program, when you select MIDI devices, it's recognizing the little MIDI patch bay box, and what it does is it patches the box. It sends the ins to the outs and whatever the heck you want to do. But for me, it's been like trial and error. Whoa. Well, okay, it's picking up the data from the bottom keyboard on MIDI channel 7. Wait, that's the output. The output is going to the input of the box on channel 7. And that says MIDI in. So if I go back and click this, oh no, it's up here. still say okay. Hit okay. Okay, that's it. Closed the input port. Now there's nothing on either side. Let me go back to channel. But channel two is an output port. I got one cable connected to the output of this patch box, and it's on output channel 2, and that's the Korg. The other one is set to the input channel. When I go over and I click input channel 2, it's picking up the Korg keyboard, which doesn't make any sense because the output is channel 2, not the input. So what the hell is on channel 6 then? I gotta trace that cable back. I gotta trace that input cable back. Well, there's only... Oh, there's another cable connected back here. It's on channel 2. It's on input channel 2. Now it makes sense. There is a cable back there. Channel 7 is that one. Then what is channel 6? Channel... Wait, this is channel 6. But this one goes to here. What the fuck? I gotta trace that cable back. Where the hell is that cable going? This is, it's the input cable, which is here. Oh, it's coming from my keyboard. Aha. Okay, that's what's happening. The MIDI input is coming from the bottom keyboard. So in order for me to get the data, what I gotta do is I've gotta drop this bottom keyboard, which is fine, and I gotta take that cable and move it over to the MIDI plus box, and that's gonna be an output. Yep. So if I do that, and then I'm going to turn off this keyboard, and I'm going to take this input cable, which is right here. Or is it over there? I think it's this one right here. I can see that cable moving. It must be this one right here, because that one goes over there. That's got to be the input cable. I can see that cable moving. That's MIDI input. So this is the cable I want. And of course the cable's not going to reach yet. can't get the cable in there. No, it's got to go in one way or the other. And I cannot get that box out. It's not lining up the damn fucking hole. Wait, I think I got it. Yep. Alright. Now. Okay, we're back in business. We are in business. Alright. So, there is a channel input. And it's channel 2. And so now, I can't use my bottom keyboard to control the top keyboard. No big deal. So now what's going to control the top keyboard is the computer program, and all I'm doing is just transferring this data back. So, let's see. What I will do, I'm going to restart this Midi program after I turn my keyboard on. I'm not going to feel like playing music after. So I can see that the last program is 125 on the volume. Now, what we want to do first is we're going to go to Options, MIDI Devices. The output channel is going to be 8. The input channel is 8. Has to be. Okay, I think we're in business. And what we're going to do is we're going to load command window load file, the master sysx data. We're going to, this is save as. This mouse is shit. It's one of them old ones. It's not an LED. We're going to send sysx. No output devices selected. There are no sysx buffers. Only manual dump is supported. Get it so that I can't read this. Preload, there's a preload thing in here that comes from the ROM, which is built into the keyboard, which I've never used it, and I sort of particularly don't want to use it. Data dump. I gotta sit down, or do I? What the hell is going on here? Oh, wait. What the fuck? Oh shit, wait. I did something wrong. Yeah, I did something wrong. I know what I did wrong too. What I did was I connected that to the input section when it needs to be connected to the output section. Because this the bottom keyboard is an output, the Korg is an input, and so that needed to be an output, not an input. So I did all that work for nothing. I hate dealing with these fucking MIDI jacks. Come on, you bitch. Alright, let's, the closest one I can use is number 1. I've turned everything off, the keyboard's off, the computer program is off. Alright, now we're on output channel 1. Let's try this again. Now, this, okay, so you could have this feedback issue. So what I'm going to do is, like right now, the MIDI aux is the only thing that controls this patch bay, and once the MIDI aux shuts down, well, I think it leaves the last settings, but I'm going to make sure that the output number 2 is not there, and I'm going to choose so it has to be, oh shit, there is no output 1. Fucking god. I could use MIDI 8x8. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, let's turn this back off again. I'm gonna go to channel 3 with this fucking cable. Damn it. Fucker, get in there. Once you put these things in, you like these MIDI things, like you don't want to take them out. It's just, I don't know what the deal is with them. They're just like overly sensitive or something, you know? So theoretically, okay, so a ROM is a hard-coded chip, so all the information that's stored on the keyboard, the programs and the combinations are stored in these ROM chips, and they're hard-coded. So if you should lose something, you can load it from the ROM, which I've never done before. The other way to do it is with what's called a PCM card, which is an interesting thought. You know what I could do? I've got my card. I'm going to show you this card. I don't even know if you can even buy these new anymore. And I'm pretty sure it works. But I've also discovered that this card, this is what it looks like right here. This is the little PCM card that you get. And it can store both the combinations and the programs from both banks, I think. However, this little gizmo, which I totally forgot about, uses a 2032 battery. And whether or not there's a battery in here or not, I have no idea. I don't even know why I took that out. I'm actually going to load what's on. I'm going to see if there's something on the card. Maybe there's nothing on it. I think there's something on it though. Who knows these things, yeah? Alright, so let's go back to this program. Now we're going to set up output channel 3. Oh my fucking god, what is wrong? An invalid parameter was passed to a system function. I don't know. Input channel 3? Like it says output on the box and it says input in the program, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the sysx and I'm going to load that master file, if I can frickin' find it. And I'm going to attempt to send the file. It says no output device is selected or there are no buffers. Only manual dump is supported. Make sure. What the fuck? How do I manually receive the data? Check data. There's options. Data within range. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Save as, send and receive. Display options. Receive manual dump. Yeah. Editing data, sending a file. Send from the file menu. But it won't let me do it. I want to check something. So I downloaded a whole bunch of stuff on my main computer. A whole bunch of sysx files, all kinds of different programs and everything, and programs, combinations. I don't think I downloaded any sequences. However, let me see what the size of those sysx files are. Now the O1W files are 720K. The sysx files, they're averaging 73K. Strings 39K. Piano 39. I mean, these might be like partial files or something. I have no idea, you know. Korg XPD General 50. I don't know what that is. Guitar General Midi Library 67K, 67K. Now the ethnic sysx is 102. It's possible that there could be a sequence in that. I wonder if this other program, there's another program that I have. Okay, so I run MIDI aux, and let's see, that sets up my channel or whatever, and right now it's set to output channel 8. I'm going to run this other program. It's called Change It. I want Korg O1W is in the list. Remote MIDI. MIDI 8x8, yada yada. Okay. Receive. File open. There's a sysx file, January 1st, 2006. That's got no data in it. Let's go back to my other program. Oh, happy days are here again. I ain't smoking no cigar, drinking no wine yet. So this, I can see the names of the programs. I've got program bank. Whoa. What the hell is fuck is going on here? There's so much shit here. A95 metal bell. B drum kit. These are just the programs. The file that I sent to MIDI aux is just showing the programs. It's not showing the combinations. Wow. I may have to do a little bit more research on this. Let's try. No, am I connected? Let's see. Let me go to. Well, it says 8x8. Let's go to. Let me go to my keyboard again, and we're going to go down to global. all data is ready to dump. We're going to receive that data on this program called Change It. Oh, what the hell is going on here now? Korg, receive all programs, all combinations, all. Receive all data, send to a sysx file. Master all data. Change it. May 2026. Oh crap. Receive manual all receive. Click the stop button to stop receiving MIDI data. Now I'm going to dump the data. And it's not working. There's another option. Let's go to receive Korg 01W manual. Start bulk dump from Synth. Send all data. Dump. It's not getting the data. I think this worked before, but it ain't working now. Oh, it just stopped. It didn't receive any data. Midi, let's see, file settings. Remote Midi, should be channel 2. Let's try it again. Still nothing. Lovely. I think I had this working before. Change it. At least it picked off the programs, but dump all data, it's supposed to send program and combination data to the file, which it did not do. Let's try dump combination. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it picked off the data from before. Well, let's try something here. I can't see it though. Wait, view, open. Oh shit. Where the hell did it fucking save it now? Oh my God in heaven. What the fuck happened? Alright, let's try this combination again. Yes, I'm going to overwrite this file. Wait, no. Let's try something else here. Wait, what is this set here? Store in file set. Let's try KMD2. Alright, we're going to try the combinations again here. I think there's a delay. Alright, okay, so there's some data here. Okay, we're gonna hit stop. Now where the fuck is that data? Oh, wait, so open KMD2 has 29K of data. Oh, okay. So what it's done, it says initial program. It doesn't have the name of the combinations. Okay, let's try this now. Let's open the first one, which is supposedly all data. Let's say open that file. Those are just the programs though. What the fuck? Maybe it only shows just the programs. Now the question is, can I send it to Korg? Print the patch names of the active bank. Edit selected patch. What does that look like? Holy crap-a-mola! Wow. Okay, so It shows everything about the program in here. There's like 2 amps, 2 filters, 3 filters, whatever, and you can adjust things, and it's got points on the curve you can adjust. How the hell would you even do that and you don't know what it sounds like, you know? That's crazy. Shows a piano keyboard to play your synth. I have the sound hooked up. Wait, what? Wait, hold the fort here. Can I play my keyboard off of the computer? Because the sound is connected, actually. That would be like trippy. That would be trippy, you know? I'm doing stuff that I wasn't really planning on doing. But I'm learning as I go, you know? Alright, so let me turn this up here. I don't even know if the sound works off of that computer. Alright, here we go. Let's see if it makes a noise. Yeah, that's not playing it, that's just playing a piano sound. I don't care about that crap. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it, I hate these freaking earbuds. I want fucking Bluetooth shit, you know? Let me change this to channel. The output channel is going to be. Fuck. It's supposed to be an input channel on output. To send this back. No. Output 3. Yeah, that ain't working for shit. No, I don't want to deal with that. That's just. What's this here? Receive sysx data. Send sysx data to your synth. Okay, this is the original file, and what I want to do is I want to try to send this to my synthesizer, and see if the combination changes that level back to 127. Program combination drum global. Let's just do combination. It's like it sent it already. No. No, it did not, because that number didn't change. That's because I think it only uploaded the programs, the all data. So, let's load. Oh shit. I gotta re-edit and change it, don't I? Alright. Let me re-edit Dawn of Time again. I'm going to set that to 127. Right combination. And go back to the combination. combination. It is now 127. Now, the file that I sent, the KMD2 file, sent combination data, and it sent that with that number being 125. So now I'm going to open it up again, and I'm going to send this. And it says it sent it, and let's see if it's 125. And it is not. It's not sending the data. Well, this says channel. This is channel 2. It's supposed to be channel 3. Because I'm sending, not receiving. No, I don't think it's working. It didn't change the level. I got an idea. What this is initial program. Can I edit this? Let's see here. Yeah, this is not right. It's saying that the data is program data. So something is not kosher here. Dump combination, dump global, dump sequence, dump all data. I don't know what to do here. I'm going to try to dump all data. So you don't have to set anything, you just go in. Supposedly, it sent the data. But it doesn't show up on the status thing yet. I wonder if I have to wait. Because it's a larger file. Now I'll sit on it and rotate a minute. Oh shit, I did something wrong. I have to go back and change that MIDI channel again. Let's just do it again. There's MIDI channel 2, Korg on W, MIDI channel 2, we're receiving data, not sending. Alright, dump all data. See if it works. So to send data from the keyboard to the computer, it's MIDI channel 2. To send data from the computer to the keyboard, it's MIDI channel 3. It'd take me how long to figure that out? Like over an hour or more? 2 hours? Okay, I see data sitting there now. And of course it was, that number was 127. I have an idea. Let's go to the combination. Set it to, oh shit. That's a live thing. Write the combination. 0. Alright. That number is 125 again. I'm going to send the data again. I'm going to send all data. Volume 125. Alright. Now it's sending all data with that one change that I made to the volume. And there's the data. And now we're at 125. I'm going to open the fucking files are gone. What the hell? Let me change it. Oh my fucking god, where the hell are the files? Are you fucking kidding me? The files are not there. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I'm playing a video game. Unfucking believable. What am I supposed to do? Set the file? Fuck. Alright, let me, oh, that's not gonna work. Wait. Let me try something different here because I'm done with this shit tonight. I'm gonna go to Program. Fuck, I can't see a goddamn thing on here. I can't see this shit, you know? Oh my god, I can't do this. I just can't. I cannot fucking do it. I gotta do it all over again. I think you have to hit this set file to save it. These are old programs. Really old. I got one more program to try. It's called Midi Quest. Alright, there's the data. Now it says stop. I want to go to the directory. That one's there now. Alright, now let's go to the MIDI. We're going to go to the settings, change it back to channel 3, if this mouse would ever cooperate. Now we are going to send data, or not. We got to open a file. I'm going to try the master all data first and see if that will change the combination. Let me just see something here. I'm going to open this one. See that it's showing me programs. It's not showing me the combinations. I don't know why. It could be just something's wrong with the program. Now I'm going to send this data. I'm just going to send combination data. It just blinks is all it does. It just blinks. And it didn't change nothing. So let's try. That's because I did that with the MIDI, with the other program. Let me go re-edit this damn thing. to go back and change my MIDI setting again. Now I'm going to dump the data again. I'm going to set the name of the file, which is what I didn't do the first time. I'm going to call this KMDV127. Dump all data. The reason why I'm doing this is because of my disk drive. The disks don't work anymore. And I tried to save them on a bunch of files. And I'm going to see if I can take those files and put them on the computer and use the computer to send it back into the keyboard. Alright, let me look and see if... Okay, those files are there. Now what I'm going to do is change this back to 125 again. It is now 125. I go change my MIDI file again. I'm going to open in 127 because this is the one. Now this is showing programs. It's not showing the combination, don't matter. I'm going to send it. I'm just going to send everything, fuck it. Yeah, right, nothing. Let's see. No, it didn't change it. It didn't change nothing. So, let me go back and change it again. We're going to try something different. This is going to be... Right. Yes. I'm going to sneeze. Let's see. This is going to be combi only. Now, I'm going to dump just the combination. and it's received 30K of data. Now I'm going to open that file. Whoa, now what the hell is this saying? This is different from what Midi aux did or whatever. It says general patch 00. What am I doing? I'm sending it. Oh, wait, no, wait. I gotta go channel 3. Settings 3. Open. Combination only. Now, I'm going to send it. Choose the connection to your synth. The fuck? It just crashed. There's no connection to the synth. I used MIDI channel 3. That's where the output is. It's supposed to go to output channel 3. And it just crashed the program. So, I have not successfully transferred any SysX programs to my keyboard using either of these two programs. I could have sworn I did this before. Alright, we're going to do something, I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to change this back to 125. And what I'm going to do, this is my first combination over here, 00, whatever the hell. I'm going to do this preload thing. If the preload works, I'm going to go in and change this battery and fix these keys and figure this other shit out later. I want to preload, load one combination. Back A0, AB to AB, combination program. What is one combination? How do we even choose? Yeah, you can mix and match combinations and programs and drum kits, which I sure as hell don't want to do. So I'm going to load combination program, which I'm assuming is everything. It's going to load bank A and B to bank A and B. This is from the ROM. And here we go. First time I've ever done this. Are you sure? No. It says it's completed. I changed that volume to 125, so if it's loaded all the default values of the combination and programs, that number should be 127. I hope the hell it is. I'm going to find out soon enough. And sure enough, it worked. It's 127. All the default value stuff is there. So, I'll have to do some more research on these, I was able to save stuff. Now, you know what, let's just try one other thing. I gotta try one other thing here. Yep, since I'm into it this much, I got some discs that I worked on, and I'm going to grab one of the discs that passed, which is this one right here, and then I'm going to grab grab a disc that failed. Which is right here. First, I'm going to load this disc that failed, and we're going to put this up there. And I'm going to load, I'm going to see if there's any sequence data on it. Oh, wait, oh shit. Oh shit, wait, damn it, don't you fucking do anything. Source. Oh, I can't load, where the hell is the, Jesus, where the hell is the disk? My exclusive is disabled. Oh my fucking god. You know when I turned it off and turned it back on? What the hell? Alright, I gotta try something. Where the hell is the fucking switch? There we go. So, let me see if this exclusive is disabled when I turn this keyboard back on. Okay, I don't know what happened. Something happened to the exclusive. It got disabled. God only knows how. That disk is spinning in there. I want to load from the disk. There's You know what? I can't figure out how to load data from the disk. What the fuck? I can't do anything tonight. Where the hell are the fucking books? You gotta be fucking kidding me tonight. This is just not my night. Disk. What the fuck? Disk. Loading from disk. My book is falling apart. Along with everything fucking life. Page 0. Disk? Where the hell, how do you get to the fucking disk? That's... P0, page P0. Oh, it's on P0. Oh, Jesus, these fucking glasses. It's like the whole freaking room moves, you know? Alright, here it is. But this is P0. Oh my fucking god. I don't know what the hell it is. It said P0. There's no disk mode. There's card load, card save, preload, data dump. There's no... Where the fuck is it? Ugh, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind tonight with this shit. This is the most complicated stuff to do, you know? They don't give you any fucking help. Load Midi data. Format disk. I don't even know how to get to the fucking disk mode. Not a clue. Not a fucking clue. I know it's there because I've done it before, you know? I haven't used this keyboard in fucking 20 years. This came out in 99 or something. I don't know how to get to it. All it says is page. Use the numeric keys 0 through 9 and the page plus and page minus keys to select the page. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, with these fucking glasses. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm so goddamn fucking mad. I mean, I've been working at this shit for 2 weeks, working on this computer to transfer these damn files from my disk, and I can't even get into fucking disk mode. I don't know how to do it. The fucking book doesn't tell you. What a piece of fucking garbage this is tonight. I didn't think I would have this kind of a problem, you know? I know how to use the machine, but dealing with the discs and all that, and the Miss X and everything, whatever the fuck that shit is, you know? This is not a walk in a friggin' fucking park. This just tells you how to edit a program. Working with the sequencer. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get into it. It's like hacking a fucking goddamn computer. It's even worse than that, you know? Alright, what's this right here? The disk? Insert floppy disk. Yada yada yada, yada yada, yada fucking yada. Floppy disk handling, write protect. I know all about that stupid shit. This is really fucking ridiculous. I don't know what to do. I just do not fucking know what to do. What the fucking hell? Like, what the fuck is going on with this fucking book? There's all kinds of shit here with this disc. All kinds of shit. And I don't know how to get into it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's on the fucking keyboard. Jesus. There's actually a button that says disc on the keyboard. Yeah. Call me a prude if you want. But he ain't no bell ringer here. What the fuck am I doing? I need my glasses so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Alright. Let's see here. Fucking disk mode. Alright, let's see if there's a sequence on this disk that I can load. Error, no file. Okay. Shut up. Let's go to file B. There's two files. Okay, file. Error, no file. Okay. The disk sounds good though. Let me take that disk out. I can find the damn button. now. New combination. Latest. I don't know if there's anything on that or not. Load sequence. File A. Now this was a good disk. And we've got some data. We got some music, Bubba. Ooh, let's go to sequence. There's something there. Well, that was just one disc. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's see what it sounds like, yo. Let's go to my little trusty headset. And what we're gonna do, go up here, put some volume in there. Gonna go to sequence, and we're gonna play the songs and see what's in here. I can't change. Oh, is it page? Oh fuck! I can't see this. Goddamn! I can't see nothing. I may have changed something and I was not supposed to. No, I can see the screen now. How the hell do I get back? Alright, there it is. Oh, there's a bunch of songs on here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's see what this one does. So how do I play it here? What the fuck? I don't even know how to play the sequence. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Start, stop? No. Yeah, these are my first days of creating music on the synthesizer, probably. Alright, let's go. overdriving OBS. Thinking, oh my god. No, shut up. Alright, so if I go back to global. No. All I did was load sequence. Let's see if I can. We'll use change it again and change it back to 2. Is it even on here? And wait a minute. Dump all data must include the sequence. So So you have to set the name. You can't just do it blindly. You've got to set it. You got to set the name. Then you hit receive, and we're on the right MIDI channel. And I'm going to go to all data, which I'm assuming includes the sequence. And now, if my guess is right, that should be like 200 or 300K of data because the disk is like 700, you know? When you save the O1W disk, it's 700. I gotta do some research before I go in there and, I mean, yeah, I could change the battery. I really wanted to take this keyboard apart and change the battery. It's still sending data. That says 80,000. It's still sending data. 160,000. $190,669. That's got to be the sequence data. It's got to be. Okay, it stopped at 190,669. Now it's open. Yeah, it's 187K. So it shows the programs. And that's all it shows in this list. View layers, view layers, view layers. Oh shit, the layers are in here. I got the layers. I got the combinations. There's a drop down menu. When it says view and change it, it says program combination. It shows the drum kits. And then whatever the global data is. But what about the sequence data? It's got to be there. Now the only problem is taking that data and sending it back to the keyboard. This is the keyboard. It sends it out. Oh, maybe it's channel 1. Let's try something here. I'm going to take this disc out. And I'm going to turn the keyboard off. Now when I turn the keyboard off, as I recall, none of the sequence data reloads. And I don't know if that's because of the battery. Sorry I lost it earlier, but you know, when you don't know shit, shit happens. Sequence. Yeah, it's not there. The songs are not there. Now let me go to this global mode. The exclusive is enabled. That says Midi channel 1. Yeah, the sequences are not there. Let's try Midi 8x8. Send. Yeah, they're not there. I don't know how to get anything back onto the keyboard. Oh, the pain, Dr. Smith. I guess there's going to be a part 2 of this mess, isn't there? Unless if I use channel 1. Well, here we go. I'm going to disconnect this. I shouldn't really do it this way, but I don't give a shit right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's not working. It's not sending the stuff back to the keyboard. But I know that data's in there. I know that song data's in there. I just don't know how to get it back to the keyboard. That's the end of my night with this mess. At least I accomplished something. Just out of curiosity. I'm gonna try one more disc. That was a rude comment, wasn't it? New combinations, which I don't want to load. There's some songs on this one. Now, technically, what I should do is I should work at the card, put the new battery in the card, and when I pick up songs or something, put it on the card or something. I don't freaking know. Oh, I think it's loading. I think it's loading the songs off the disk that failed when I tried to read it with the computer. It did. I think it did. It sure did. It loaded them songs. I'm popping that disc out. That disc sounds good. So, this disc right here failed to copy on the computer. It failed to be recognized, and yet I got songs here. Oh, this party's not quite over yet, is it? It's just telling me something about, you can do so much and you think you failed, but you try something else, and lo and behold, something still works. Let's see what this should sound like. Goes back to when I actually started learning how to use this thing in the sequencer and everything else, and God song ideas. Song? I don't think I did that song. Alright, let me go. Yeah, I don't think I did that one. Oh, these are some other songs. Where the hell did this come from? Maybe I did do this. These are off the Ecuador albums, I think. So, I have taken disks that don't work on the computer when I try to save the data. Did I take that out already? And I've loaded sequences. I can send the data. I can send the data to the computer for each sequence listing, and I can save it. What I can't do is load the sequence back onto the keyboard or the I can't load anything back onto the keyboard. So there's got to be a solution to that. If I can go one way, I should be able to go to the other. And it's something to do with this Midi channel or something. I don't know. So yeah, if you go to the sequence and you choose whatever one you're doing. Yep, that's what it's all about, ain't it, huh? Oh, wow. Gotta apologize for my language earlier. That's what I'm doing, yeah. I'm sorry about that. And, it's like, I mean, I can't see. I just had a new eye put in my eye socket, all right? And it's like, it only went up to page 8, and I'm like, where the hell is page 9? It's not there. I look in the book, it says it's not there. Because it's written, it's a button. It's like dedicated button for the disc mode on the keyboard. Hello, it says disc right there. Wait, let me see. Let me put my glasses on. Oh, I can't see it. I'm a little tired. Hey, but you know what? I think I made progress. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut this computer off. I can barely hear it back there. I think it shut off. I don't know. And then, it comes on its own. And, yeah, that's it. I gotta figure out how to get the stuff back onto the keyboard, and then I'll be in business. I got some discs there. I don't want to touch any of those discs because some of them, they just really had problems. Like, I don't even want to move them You know, I don't want to move anything until I get the sequences. If I can load the sequences up into the keyboard, I know how to store them. You know, then I won't. Then maybe I can save some of my music. There's some ideas in there. It's just one of those things, you know. Just life. What are you gonna do? You know. I'm done with the stream. I'm done with my ranting and raving. That'll be interesting to listen to. Y'all have a nice night now. Here. There'll be a part two once I figure out how to do it. Maybe I should. I'll figure out how to do it while I'm actually streaming. Yep.